Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 6th episode of Comic Girls. So, in the last episode, the focus was mostly on Koyume and her struggles as a manga author, as well as her love for Tsubasa, which she did get to go on a date with her, so you could say that that ship kind of made some progress, even if Tsubasa didn't fully understand Koyume's intentions in regards to that, though she did her best to help with, the manga stuff at least. But yeah, one interesting thing is we kind of left off on a bit of a strange thing, a crying ghost, which I assume we'll get more into in this episode. Maybe this will be more of a horror-themed episode. Who can tell? The only way to find out is to watch the episode, so let's watch it. 3, 2, 1, play. It looks pretty horror so far. And it suddenly looks a lot better. Did you have an epiphany? I first thought it was going to be a peeping Tom or something, but that is far more terrifying. Uh... Do I... She is so scared. But it does look really scary out there. Uh, I wasn't being completely serious when I said this could be a horror episode, but wow, this is just very different. I am curious what exactly this is about. Is this ghost after Moa specifically? How did she wrong her? And Chaos, that's what I call her. I don't know why I called her Moa there. Maybe because she was acting so Moa that scene, I guess, but wow. But yeah, now I see him, Koyume walking on her in the bath. Of course, the important bits were covered up, as they usually are. Of course, Koyume can still see everything, so, you should be having some nice dreams after that. Of course, Chaos will not be having some not-so-nice dreams after her experience in that bath. Yeah, no matter how much I think about it, I don't know how this whole ghost thing ties into the main series. I guess we'll see, but... Sounds okay. Let me sleep with you, Koyume. That's all I ask. Don't look behind you. I thought she's gonna be gone when she turned around, but no, she's still there. Holy shit. My god. There's something alright. I don't think it's actually a ghost, but... Probably just another girl that wants to be a manga author in the dorm. Wow, Tsubasa. I didn't even take all many screenshots because it just... Oh my. I like the ghost so far. I agree, it would. Koyume gets along with everyone, even ghosts. Oh. She doesn't have a name. But, I, I can tell, yeah. But didn't we see a shot of her, like hanging herself, or was it just seeing things? That's what really threw me off. I think she likes chaos as well. She's gonna be so traumatized when today's over. Please don't do that. A song of fire and ice over there. Or ice and fire, whatever it was. That was an eventful night. She's really embracing her role. You will. I can assure you, you will. I know, right? That was terrifying. Oh, I can tell. I mean, that does sound fun. I'm not gonna deny that. I baked you something. Please have some. Please stop. Just lock the door. Oh God. Yes. No. Maybe. I like her. Should probably give her CPR. When Shonen meets horror. She's great. I know, it's okay, Chaos. Did she? Well, those are normal places to watch somebody. Whether you're into horror or not. I think she found somebody else to play with. The stalker wife. How is Chaos gonna manage? She's a much more fragile soul. To be fair, she couldn't really draw it to begin with. I'm gonna try to remember her name. Will this keep out the ghosts? Why is it always red outside? And then blood rains from the sky. The lights flicker. She's bioluminescence, possibly. No, I'm not here. I'm out doing manga stuff. Leave me alone. I mean, she has so nicely. I wonder why. Uh, holy shit. Just, I, I know she's not even really a ghost or anything, and she still scares me a lot. I would have never been great with horror to begin with. No, it's just because you're scary. But I think that's what Cass needed to hear. The trap, she'll drink your blood if you open that door. I understand what it means to be lonely. And she was never heard from again. Are they gonna hug? Possibly kiss? Maybe eat her? There we go, the hug. She is. But she made her choice. It's just a hug. It's okay. Bigger than yours. A ghost with boobs can't possibly be scary. Is that where we're going with this? She is. I mean, I knew that to begin with. She was still scary, though. Has a new ship been born? Sure, why not? Just promise not to kill me. Seems like a fair trade. Yeah. I mean, screams can be very different depending on the context of them. And I hope for some happy screams from this dorm. Especially at night. It's just hard to see her eyes a lot of the time. It's fine, neither do I. Off of a corpse at a cemetery, you know, does everyone? This is so weird. They're treating me like a normal person. You jealous? Yes, in Chaos's arms. No, she's cute. She's cool. She does like to appear behind people in front of mirrors. She is so weird. I'll take some of that chocolate cake. Just please take the bleeding skull off first. Exhausted. I hear clothes being taken off. The camera's kind of pointing at the wrong spot. Yeah, I do remember that. The cosplay fun. They totally did. I mean, Teacher Otaku's cool. Wow. That poster, isn't that from Tsubasa's work, I think? I don't know. It looked like something Tsubasa would make either way. Are you even having some all-nighters? Cool. Nicely awake, though. Yeah, at least she won't be lewd while she's tired like you are. Probably not. But if she doesn't know that she's a manga author and reads her stuff, that could be an interesting reveal. Chaos. She does have a thing for the mature older women. I'm sorry, I like it. Wow, cute. Did you hear that? Oh my. I don't think that's what they're saying at all. My god. You go ask them. Sounds good. Wow. Getting some teacher focus, that's cool. Ichino, I think they called her. You know, having fun. She came prepared. I kind of want one of those. And the mask thing she's wearing. Have some one-on-one time with Tsubasa. Totally. I stayed up all night fantasizing about you, teacher. Yeah, it's supposed to be a secret, so I'm not sure what she's gonna tell her. Possibly. What are these shots? Wow. Please take me instead. That's the whole point of class. Is the order a rabbit? My god, I kind of forgot that too. He's in a different class. I mean, don't we all? You technically could. Yeah, exactly. Is that big of a deal? It could lead to an interesting relationship there. No. Make me. Okay. Okay, I get it now. uh, why not? I like it, it's fine. He's I mean, it keeps her awake. But this isn't gonna end well. So she suspected she was the manga author. Okay. And I think that was kind of implied, but... Or she just thinks she's a diehard fan, one of the two. Okay. That is the way it's going. The dark hero. I'm your biggest fan. I just don't know it's you. That awkward moment your teacher's your fan. Yeah, about that. There's a reason for that. Technically, sort of. It's my dream to marry the author of this manga. Oh god. That's usually not what they go for in shonen manga, but... this is pretty good stuff. I'm sure she does. Sure she does. Did they even hear the conversation from there? She just revealed it, didn't she? Mind is blown. And your student, no less, yeah. Wow. Well, it makes sense you wouldn't believe him right away, but... And suddenly she saw the light, the blinded light. And you've been defeated. Dead. Jesus. Yeah. Ow. Ow. Yeah, it was just a coincidence. Nope, you revealed it for no reason. I'm sure. I gotta keep the illusion up, I guess. I think she'll do that. So can you give me passing grades on all my classes now? uh... Chaos, I love you. Yes. We also live together. Not all teachers would take it as well as you. I know, we really should be writing a Yuri manga together as a collaborative effort. Maybe someday. A dark hero. Yes, that's her. She watching anime? It's really hard to tell in anime whether or not they're watching something live action or anime for obvious reasons. I was kind of hoping for the same, but maybe not. Okay, this should be good. Go for Gap Moe. Sounds good. Inspired by a true story. I'll get to that next. Okay, us. What are we gonna do with you? You do need some kind of story to go along with the characters. But, you know, baby steps, we're getting there. She at least liked what you had this time. You know, that's his progress. But why does this show just keep ending like that? Like... That's a week until I can watch more of it. But yeah, I can see that being a light novel title. My teacher is secretly an otaku and a fan of my manga. That would totally be a light novel and you know it. And yeah, we got Ghost-chan back there. Pretty sure that was a new edition. I wasn't paying much attention to the ED before that, so they probably showed her before, but... So that was the 6th episode of Comic Girls, and this was quite the episode. I feel like I might have a decent amount to say on this one. So, okay. Well, the last episode we ended off on the ghost, quote-unquote, crying, so I'm glad we didn't just, like, completely forget about that. That definitely was relevant to this episode. So, Chaos was just taking a nice, relaxing bath, as you do, when suddenly she sees what looks like a ghost. And, you know, eventually it's revealed it's actually, like, they called her Yura, right? Something like that. They just, you know, she's a senpai, she's a horror mangaka and all that. And that explains a lot, but wasn't the first shot of her seeing her, like, she was hanging herself, right? Like, did I miss something, or does that not explain that? Was it just a trick of the light, like shadows cast or something? I guess, and it wasn't what she actually thought she saw. I guess that's the case, but that's what seemed a bit weird to me. But yeah, she was pretty freaked out. She screamed. Koyuma came in, saw her completely naked standing up, and then she just squats back into the water, and then you have Chaos apologize, which I assume she apologized for showing off her pitiful body to Koyuma, at least that's how I took it. And just in general, the series is continuing to have a lot of comedy based on Chaos suffering. But yeah, Koyuma was trying to help out, trying to look for this so-called ghost, so was really finding it, and she continued to keep on scaring Chaos. But eventually it was revealed that she wasn't a ghost at all, she was just another manga author that, lives at the dorm. And she hasn't been around for a while. And she seems to quite enjoy Chaos's reactions to many of her... to her being scary, pretty much. Her screams give her life, give her inspiration, so she kept poking her, trying to get more reactions out of her. And it was quite fun. Like, I don't know why she kept answering the door for her. You'd think she would have stopped after a while. But eventually, yeah, she does completely barricade herself in there with her friends, try to keep her out. However, Funa was determined to get in there. She was doing some pretty terrifying stuff trying to get in there, very much like a horror movie, the monster trying to get in, and people being scared. But eventually, Funa says something that resonates with Chaos, and she decides, no, she's like me, she just needs a friend. I'll be there for her, I'll let her in, I'll give her lots of hugs and love and affection, and we'll be best friends forever, it'll be great. Of course, she kind of regrets that pretty soon afterwards, but for the most part, yeah, she was happy that she let her in, and I expect a really happy, good relationship between the two of them going forward. And to absolutely nobody's surprise, Koyuma gets along very well with Fura. I keep want to call her Yura. I know her name's Fura, just Yura rolls off my tongue better. Anyway, the second half was more focused on our teacher, Nijino, who in the previous episode, they accidentally saw cosplaying at the amusement park they went to as a coincidence. But she started to really worry about that, like, oh my god, my students are gonna know that I'm totally an otaku. What'll I do? This is horrible. I'm a big fan of Wing V and her manga. The Dark Hero's Revenge Story, I think it was called. She had a poster and everything. And she is quite clearly a very big fan since chapter 1. And yeah, that was basically her big worries that people that they, specifically our main girls, knew about that. So, and she was kind of trying to eavesdrop on them talking, and Chaos continues to impress me with her fetishes. I mean, she liked to be scolded by that sexy teacher. Not that I blame her or anything, but she really wants to make sure people are aware of this fact about her. But anyway, Nijino was kind of eavesdropping on them, and when you had Rookie talk about wearing sexy underwear, I like how Nijino was suddenly, really interested in that, zoomed in over there, was like, oh, really, tell me more. I want to know more about the sexy underwear my student, wears. So, yeah, that was pretty great. Tsubasa was pretty tired, so a big excuse for Nijino to interact with her was to kind of scold her about that, ask her what's going on, why are you sleeping in my class, this is unacceptable. Give me a reason for this behavior, and of course she couldn't, because the fact that she's a manga author is a secret, because that's cooler, it's more shonen protagonist-like, I guess. At least that seemed to be her reasoning. Oh, and I liked how they all each repeated her pen name, Wing V, basically implying it's kind of silly, it's not as cool as she thinks it is, but, I mean, I think it's fine. It doesn't really scream shonen manga author to me or anything like that, but I think it's fine. And eventually, Tsubasa decides that a way of staying awake would be to just draw, because it's much easier to stay awake if your mind's actually doing something active instead of passive, like listening to a teacher. Even if it's a sexy teacher like Nijino, I guess. But, of course, this was going to get a response from Nijino. Not only is she drawing in her class, but she's drawing something that looks very much familiar to her. So she pulls her out of class and talks her on the roof, I think it was. So, almost like a confession scene, but no, it didn't quite go in that direction. She pretty much, instead of assuming that she was Wing V herself, she assumed she was a big fan, which is the more reasonable assumption. It's just that we as the audience, know the truth, so that colors our perspective a bit. But yeah, apparently Chaos just spilled the beans to her, whispered in her ear, told her that she is actually Wing V. And she had a pretty interesting reaction to that. Well, initial reaction. Then she started to go skeptical, like, nah, you're just messing with me, I'm not naive. What do you think I am? Some kind of child that can easily be tricked? Then she shows her the manuscript, and she realizes, no, this is legit. And then she just bows before Tsubasa, slamming her forehead against the ground. It was calling her sensei. It was pretty great. Especially since Tsubasa hasn't really had a lot of interaction with her fans, because she is trying to keep this a secret, the fact that she is a girl, because the target demographic of shonen manga would be, mostly young males, which a lot of them would prefer, the author also be a fairly young male. Not as young as him, obviously, because high school manga authors are fairly rare in reality. But you know what I mean. So she's kind of trying to keep that a secret. But this was an opportunity for her to actually interact with a fan to talk to her, so... So it's a pretty big moment for both Nijino and Tsubasa. And it's great that we now have that dynamic between the two of them. I don't know if she'll actually take it any easier on her in class or anything, but I feel like we could get some fun interactions between them going forward. Maybe she, like, tries to ask for some kind of hints about what's going to go happen future on down the storyline, or ask little questions here and there. I could see that. That'd be cool. But yeah, I do quite like Fura and Nijino both a lot, and I do hope they do get some more screen time going forward. Yeah, I guess that's all I really had to say on this one. Another great episode. Find a way for the next one. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, the Dragon of Oshu, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon, and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.